Hello and welcome to the Delirium engine, where we are paving the way for Let's Play Text Editor.
The advancement is coming.
We are innovating. Powerful innovators.
Yep.
So today I'm with my co-host, the Spartan. And we are continuing with the Fester dungeon.
Oh boy.
That's right. So last time we did... What did we do? We built the lich, because this is a dungeon with a lich. And you will see in due time that we have made new... We've paved new ground in the text editor Let's Play field. You'll see in a second, because I found a solution to this OBS Studio not having a dungeon picture on the overlay. And like also being able to see things. Oh, it will be beautiful. You will see. You're gonna be like, wow, that's really great, Bryant/Mekhalikhar. You're literally the greatest OBS Studio creator on the planet. And I will bow and I will say, yes, my son, I am. P.S. It took me like 15 minutes to sort of figure something out, and then I was like, whatever. So let's just go quickly over this. So, Giza Flame Ghost, one of the Khans of Mong, has called upon secret teams of problem solvers, that's the PCs, to destroy the Lich and acquire the sanctum that has grown and been neglected / remain unseen too long in the Flame Ghost lands. So, it's probably not quite that. Neglected doesn't mean that it's like a derelict. Neglected means that it is...
It's been ignored for...
It has been ignored. And remained unseen means that it's remained unseen as a sanctum of a lich for too long.
Yeah.
So, and we established that there's going to be 6 floors of this thing, and we are going to do 1 floor each episode. And the first floor we are going to do is going to be the Elixir Distillery. Yes. And that we, I think we were kind of saying that the premise behind this, and I am trying my best to get away from all of the likes and I don't knows.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get good radio voices. That's our goal for this episode. The Elixir Distillery is going to be the marketing department of this magical elixir.
Oh, I thought that was floor 2.
Was it floor 2?
Yeah. The Elixir Distillery is literally the distillery.
This is the factory floor.
This is the factory floor.
Okay, so the factory floor, I think we should change that.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
Why?
Because why would the marketing department be underneath the distillery? When you come into the place, when you come into a building, the face of the building is the first place you see, not the shop floor.
No.
No, it's the shop floor, and then
Yeah.
you go, okay, all right, overruled. Fine, I'll take it. So we're going to do the shop floor first.
It's usually the reception area, and then they bring them into the shop floor, and above the shop floor, or behind it, or beside it, or whatever.
So the reason why the Elixir Distillery is a 2 then, probably, is because, for the most part, things aren't going to give a shit that you're there.
Probably.
I think that's kind of what we were saying, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, so you'll sort of be able to have the run of the place, and you'll get to look at stuff and be like, ooh, this is kind of neat. And
Maybe
people will be like,
sign
hey,
up for a tour or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, okay. So, the Marshes of Mershfolk, that's the notes, we'll put that down there. So yeah, what we're gonna do, oh, I have to get rid of these so's. So yeah, okay, so, yeah, we need to stop that. And, hey, look at that.
Oh,
HR, beautiful, look at that. I'm excited. We are really...
Even more innovation.
We are becoming experts on this. People in the YouTube community are going to be like, Mekhalikhar, we need your guidance on text editor. Could you help us? We're so used to playing video games and other things with instant dopamine reactions for the kids.
Oh, gee.
We're trying to get to the next level. The level you're on, Guru. Guru Bryant of Let's Play Text Editor.
Jeez.
Yeah, jeez. They might call me that, you know, in homage to Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's just start floor 1 here.
Alright.
Floor 1. You know, I'm just going to copy and paste this up here.
Shouldn't that be after the entrance?
No, the entrance is part of floor 1. I don't know what entrance is. This is, I think, just a artifact of before we did stuff. Because we were like, oh, how are we going to do this? The final sanctum, things like that.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just going to delete this stuff.
Fair enough.
So, step 1, we're going to do the elixir distillery.
Yeah.
And we're going to make this pretty by making it bigger. Look at that, boys. And girls, we do not discriminate here.
No.
Not at all. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, so here's where the innovation really comes into play. Let's build this.
Oh.
We can do this. Now watch. Now everybody at home saw this. Okay? Everybody who's watching this, and I'm certain not very few have, but the Spartan hasn't seen the innovation. So I'm going to show him right now, and he's going to... What is that?
Oh, it's an overlay.
It's an overlay. It's actually an underlay. This is like transparent, but like... Ooh, the like... But this... No, they'll see it move. They'll see everything change. Ooh, isn't that beautiful?
It's fancy.
Yeah, it is fancy. It is pretty much everything that you could hope and dream for with this sort of format. Now, what we can do... Yeah, it is. It is amazing. And we're using Adobe Illustrator. So not only are we using text editor...
It's not even Paint?
No, it is not Paint.
Oh.
Me, in my wisdom, has decided that we are going to pay for the Creative Commons license, which is unbelievably expensive. It's like something in the range of like 4 MMOs, 5 MMOs, like subscription expensive.
Jesus.
I think it's like $75 a month
to
have this. Stupidity. For something I barely use. I use it for like... I use it for billing because it gives you Adobe Pro. And then I also use... Well, I used to use Photoshop. I use GIMP lately. But...
That's...
I will change.
Expensive.
It is ridiculous. And I used... Well, that's because I used to do design work. Like a lot of design. Like I did design for like 5 years, right? I did the graphics design.
Yeah.
Hey, graphics design is one of those fields that you kids can get into that doesn't pay a lot. Well, it does pay a lot, but it's way overpriced, and nobody gives a shit about your graphics design job. I worked for a guy who didn't pay me a lot because I had zero training and I didn't go into a graphics design firm. It was a printing company. So the entrance. And we'll call this, oh wow, entrance. Perfect. E-N-T-E-R-E-N-C-E? Is that how you spell entrance? A-N? Ah, great. There's no spell check. Well, there is spell check, but I'm not going to do it. It's really clunky. So, and you're going to get to see my graphics design skills at their apex here. Look at that.
Wow.
Using keyboard shortcuts. Woo! Now you know I'm serious. So, one will be the entrance. And so from the entrance, we can see what's where we might want to branch off. So we can copy and paste these things. So the way I usually do dungeons like this is I just make just a basic overlay. I don't do like... I gotta stop saying like... I don't do...
It's hard to do.
It is. It's a terrible habit that everybody has gotten into, and we need to stop. So where was I? We need to do... Okay. I make individual sections, and I don't do hard numbers for them, because it takes too long. Okay. And I'd rather just do, like, environmental notes for each room. It's like, this is a large room, whatever.
Yeah.
And also, it works better in terms of giving it out to everybody, because I don't know what system you're using. You know, if you're using Cast, hey, nobody is, except me. Then... You know, we just do turns of range. So I don't need to know that it's 100 feet or, you know, a 22 tile by 22 tile or something stupid like that. Or 16 hex grid size because we're playing Mech Warrior.
Are we?
No.
Jeez.
What? Okay, thanks, customizable toolbar. Get out of here, you weirdos. So, let's just do this. Generally speaking, I would say that... we can, yeah, fancy stuff, eh? Mm-hmm. We can,
blowing my mind here.
Yeah. We should build this up and see what we can make What do you think should be in this factory? We need a shop floor for sure, right?
Yeah.
So let's do that. Should we attach the shop floor? Directly to the entrance? So it's like entrance, maybe that's like a greeting area or whatever, and then the shop floor?
So the entrance is going to be like the...
It's like the
reception area.
There's like a reception, right? Like it's a real basic reception.
Okay.
And I guess the marketing department that we were talking about isn't so much like a, hey, welcome to our dungeon. It's more like a out of shop marketing department.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So does that make sense?
Yeah,
Is that what we
sense.
want? Cool. Put a line to that.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
You can do lines.
Yeah, we can even do lines.
It's blowing my mind.
I know. Let me just make that line bigger. Beautiful.
Wow.
Cancel. Look at that. That's beautiful. And let's see what that looks like on OBS. Oh, wowee. And then if we want to type stuff, we can do that while we're looking at this.
Can't really read what it says, though.
What, the map?
Yeah.
That's not really important. We know there's an entrance and a shop floor, and if they want to download it later, they can. Like, when we finish these maps,
all right,
we
fair
can
enough.
hand them out. This just gives people a rough idea. We'll be talking about it too, right?
Yeah, true.
So if we were really like keen on it, I could just like move this down, and now everyone can kind of see what we're working on.
All right.
But I don't really care. It's not that big a deal. Where were we? We're doing Illustrator. So yeah, so we got an entrance, we got a shop floor. So generally, I think each floor should be roughly 10 major rooms.
Okay.
So the shop floor, we'll write this in the text editor part. So 1, entrance. 2,
You spelled it E-N again.
I don't care. If I spend all the time doing spell check on these things, we would just be sitting here doing spell check, which is what we generally do, but we're going to try to get away from that.
Okay.
So what else should be here? Like, we'll mix and match them as we see fit later.
Yeah.
Like, we'll figure out the layout, but what should be here? Let's find 10 things. So what's another thing? We're making, what is this, an elixir of intelligence?
Yeah.
So we need, what, a greenery?
Okay.
Right? So, like, to grow herbs?
Yeah.
Okay, and we probably need some sort of farm.
Okay.
For like animal
stuff?
Yeah, so if they need specific animal products.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, and then maybe 5.
There's probably going to be...
Why don't we have...
some sort of loading area?
This is like a shaman. Yeah, well, we need shipping area. So,
yeah.
like, shipping. Receiving. 6. Why don't we do a planar mine?
Okay.
This is a high fantasy game, so
yeah,
why don't we just have like a little portal that'll take you to some sort of like quasi-elemental plane where they can pull out specific minerals from areas.
Mm-hmm.
And they have like well, and if there's going to be a planar mining like room, why don't we make another one the actual mine yard, like the mine?
Okay.
So you go through the portal and you can get to a mine. So it's kind of like an extension.
Yeah.
You know, the mine, you know, first level. And then why don't we do the deep mine? Or the low mine, we'll call it. And then the deep mine, this could be like, if people want to go and exploring weird things, that might be the Easter egg section.
Yeah.
What else do we need here?
Let's see, if the shop floor handles all the inputs.
Entrance. Entrance, shop floor, greenery, and animal farm, shipping and receiving. Oh, we need a mixing room.
Yeah.
The mixing room. Or the brewery. And the packaging plant. Man, this place, like, is an industrial powerhouse. How ridiculous is this? This is like... Oh, I gotta stop saying like. This is certainly entrance. Oh yeah, I think we did this last week.
Did we?
Yeah. Entrance is spelt entrance. So, yeah, we were... this would definitely imply very heavily that this tower, this evil dungeon, is probably a major economic point. So to destroy this or to like randomly kill everybody or not somehow secure this place as like a continuing operation might actually be a failure in the game. Like you could have the cons of Mong coming after you if you screw this up too bad.
Jeez.
Well, if you go in there swords ablaze and you start cutting down engineers and workmen and stuff, and you're just like, they're all goblins and kobolds, ha ha! And then they start fighting you because their life is on the line or whatever.
Yeah.
Could be bad.
That could be real rough.
I think that's probably good, and we'll just put like... We'll figure out where to put the stairs downstairs into the marketing department. We'll make that 11. 11 will be the stairs.
Alright. Makes sense.
So we'll just... Because the stairs don't really matter. So 10 actual interesting things, and then the stairs. So let's just organize this, right?
Yeah.
What's the hotkey for that, I wonder?
No idea.
V. Great.
Most things are probably going to come off the shop floor. Think about it.
So what is the shop floor? Because we've got a whole bunch of stuff. All of this stuff does stuff. The packaging plant. So the shop floor is probably like... Yeah, okay. So I guess just so we can put this in.
It's probably the main mixing room kind of thing. And then the brewery kind of...
It's sort of the transportation zone. It's like, it's
yeah.
the easy access area. So this is the main hub. Hub of the factory. Keeps movement product between various departments. Efficient. Or keeps efficient movement, right?
Mm-hmm.
That would probably be... Yeah, it keeps efficient.
No, sounds fine to me.
Yeah, sure. My English teacher, my high school English teacher might disagree, but you know what? He's not here right now. So, ha ha! Eat that!
Yep. And I'm real crap at spelling, so.
Yeah. Let's just put that on the... Maybe tab it in? Nah.
Italics? Ooh, italics.
Yeah, I like that. I like italics. This Let's Play text editor thing is beautiful. People are learning. They're like, ooh, design. Your designs are crap, Mekhalikhar. Well, you know what? I don't care. Okay, so, well, that means that probably... Okay, so that would probably mean the packaging plant would come off the shop floor somehow. Right?
The packaging is probably off the brewery.
Okay, so we could probably do something like this. So, the brewery... The brewery is what, 9?
Yeah.
Obviously, the order doesn't really matter. V... Ooh. There we go. So the brewery here, and then... What's the hotkey for text? T. Great. Lorem ipsum. So from the brewery, what was it, the packaging plant?
Yeah.
Okay. And the packaging plant was... That can't be 10. That was probably Oh, that is 10.
Yep.
Exactly 10. Great. Uh-oh. What will we do?
It's too big.
Oh my goodness. Let's make the size smaller.
Can't fit. Oh. Magic.
The magic of graphics design, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep that centered. Boop. And then we'll up the size because we're sticklers for this because it matters right now.
Yep.
For our radio program. Okay, so we got the brewery and the packaging plant off of each other, all right?
Yeah.
And so everything would probably come from the other direction, right? So let's see here. We got the greenery and the animal farm. Okay, so the greenery, the animal farm, and the brewery are probably in the same group, right?
Not necessarily. Because we said the shop floor was the basically
facilitates the movement, hub, right? Okay. Yeah. So I guess then these three would probably be separate. So like it would probably be something along the lines of... Well, that's cute. So we'd probably say the greenery. God, we don't... It's not that big a deal, guys. What are we doing here?
I don't know.
The brewery and the mine, right?
Yeah.
And then we'll just do some lines here. So, okay, let's turn on this mouse. Oh, that's way too low. Mouse sensitivity is too high, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we got the brewery, and then the packaging plant comes off the brewery, right?
Yeah.
And then the shop floor would probably transmit all of this. Look at that. That's beautiful. It's like it knows.
There we go.
Oh, we can do better than that. We can make it touch all the way to the end. Oh. Come on, old mouse, you can do it. We got there. We got him.
We did it.
Okay, so let's get some text editors in here. T. This was the greenery. And what was the greenery? That was probably like three?
Yeah.
I'm liking this jam. Oh, shoot. And we'll put that to 31 point. That's 21. Great.
There we go. Now that I think about it, the first part out from like the planar mine would probably be more like a refinery.
Ooh,
like the low mine would be the refinery area.
Okay. Well, we'll call the low mine the refinery.
Okay.
Because they refine on the plane, I guess.
Sure.
Why not? The greenery. And this is the farm.
Yep.
The A farm.
That was 4.
Great. Awesome. And then from the A farm, we're going to go from... We said the low mine, right? Or the planar mining room. So the portal room. Right?
Yeah.
Which is 5?
Yes.
Right? And so we're gonna copy this, copy this.
Oh.
Where?
Is it just pasting right on top of the same thing? Nope.
There we go.
Oh, there.
So from the portal room, we'll do like that. So that is the foundry or whatever. And what do we got? The foundry and the deep mine?
Yeah, the refinery and the deep mine.
So the refinery, and then the deep mine. That's great. And then T for text.
Getting there.
And the refinery is 6 and 7? So 6.
Yes.
The deep mine. 7. The deep mine. So level 1 is pretty intense already. People can just skip it, but like... why would you? There's all sorts of fun stuff to look at, and you might find cool shit in here. We'll have to put a little storyline. Like, I think the portal room probably needs some sort of, like, side quest.
Yeah.
Maybe, like, wherever they're going in the portal room, maybe there's, like, there's some sort of security problems going on in there. Like, it's pretty day-to-day stuff, but, you know, maybe as a result of your ridiculousness, you need to clamp down. Depending on where the portal goes.
Yeah. We'll figure that out later.
Yeah, okay, so we got the greenery, the animal farm, shipping and receiving.
That would probably be connected to the packaging plant and the shop floor.
So the brewery, the packaging plant, and the shop floor. So to shipping and receiving. So this one probably connects to both of them, right?
Yeah. It'll feed into the shop floor whatever they can't make themselves. And that'll go to wherever it needs to go. And the packaging plant will feed into it for shipping.
Kind of like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. And what do we got here? Shop floor, greenery, animal farm, shipping, receiving, planer room, low mine, deep mine, the brewery, the packaging plant, and the stairs.
I think the stairs are off the brewery.
I think
I
so?
had to put
Yeah, yeah, that would make sense. So maybe just like over here.
Yeah.
Dead air is good radio. Let's never forget. Okay, so 11.
The stairs. It's when the executives or whoever comes out of their office to test whatever, they probably go to the brewery first. So that's where everything's being made, right?
Yeah. Oh, wait, what? Why is this screwed up?
Oh?
Oh, that's... What was my stroke size?
7?
5.
5?
Great. Weird. Well, what about this one? Why is this one different? 9.
Jeez. So we're all over the place.
Yeah, this is messed. Alright, so the stairs... Oh, yes, we got one more to do.
Some hiccups of innovation.
It's perfect. We got there. Alright, we got from the stairs, this was... The last one was...
6. Nope.
This
5.
was...
Shipping and receiving is 5.
5.
We didn't write down a portal room. That's why it's number 5.
What are you talking about? We totally wrote down the portal room.
No, we didn't.
No, it's the planar mining room. So it's just... That was 6. We'll call it the portal room.
Okay.
We just missed... So it's 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
So this is all wrong. Gosh darn it! 0 deaths, boys. 0 deaths. It's a PewDiePie reference. Sub to PewDiePie. Help us do our part.
I don't really...
You don't really what? Sub to PewDiePie? You're disgusting. You disgust me. Get off my show. I think that's pretty good.
I'm the only one who shows up.
That is true. Stay on my show forever. I really need you. Great.
Ow.
Oh, what?
Like 3 separate vertebrae cracked in my back. Anyway. Slow bodily dysfunction aside.
Level 1. What is this? What did we call it? The Elixir Distillery.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's see what it looks like on OBS. See if this looks like trash. Oh gosh, that's brutal.
Can't really see some of it, but...
Yeah, but the problem is... Innovation, boys! This is the problem. Well, let's just...
Teething problems.
Yeah. It's because I made them... I made the gray.
Yeah.
So let's... I'll deal with that later. We'll just make this huge. And then we'll not worry about it. Oh. My hotkeys aren't very good. There we go. Power of hotkeys. And so let's see what OBS looks like. It looks like nothing's changed.
Let's reorient it a little bit.
Why is it not changing anything?
Well, it is. It's zoomed in now.
Oh, yeah, no, wait.
What are you aiming to achieve?
I'm not seeing what I'm thinking I'm seeing. Gosh, I'm done with this.
Yeah, that's good better.
Yeah, it's the same stuff. And then we'll just make this really long so it doesn't... Sorry, gents. Ah, there we go. That looks good. It sort of fits with the page. It'll follow along. I'm not too worried about it.
Alright.
But now we can sort of work from here. Because now that we have a map and people can have a context as they see, we can see what we're going here for.
Mm-hmm.
So let's make like 3 notes for each of these things, and then maybe what's kind of in them.
Okay.
So I think sort of a description, and then 3 sort of notes about what's in the room. And then the rest can be sort of ad-libbed by the GM based on what is written and what they want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the entrance is the welcoming reception. Reception. Oh wow, I capitalized W. Welcome reception area. Area of the factory. The secretary will greet you. So we might have to have a little discussion about who the secretary is. Yep. Probably in the notes.
Probably in the notes.
Yeah. Along with security?
Yeah, there might be a security guard there or two.
I think there'd be a couple, at least a couple whose job it is to make sure that nobody comes in and starts screwing around. That's a thing that's not really in here, but they probably come in from 2nd floor. That might be something worth mentioning. On 2nd floor, the marketing department probably has the security section.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Plans for the future.
Well, we'll have to do that. Like, we'll have to know, right?
Yeah.
Because if people cause a lot of trouble, then the security is going to start spewing out from the 2nd floor. And then... Yeah. Also, then there would be calls for private security or something to come in through the main entrance. And then whatever security is in the mining area would have to start coming through. Like, it could get real bad real fast. Anyway. So, yeah.
Alright.
So what do we got here? Who's our receptionist?
That's a good question. And I'm just marking
1 to 10.
every time. God damn it. 7.
It's a lady.
Okay.
Mrs.
Is it run entirely by, like, the swamp? Because it was
I think we said that the
marsh people, right? Marsh folk.
Yeah, it's not entirely, but I think I think as we said, we go deeper. It gets more and more into marsh folk, and it's pretty diverse up at the top because it's mostly like.
It's a factory.
Yeah, it's a factory, but it's also in Hmong, so you're gonna have a lot of Hmongese people, I guess. So you're gonna have probably mostly like humanoids, non-lizard folk humanoids. There's gonna be some lizard folk humanoids, obviously.
Yeah.
There, immigrants and things like that working in this factory, just because they probably have a favoring. But I'm sure that they go up really quick and they end up in the cult. More about the cult and like distribution of the intelligence elixir and less about the production, which is being done in Hmong. So, but anyway, what were you thinking? Who's our secretary?
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure.
We don't need a name, but like, what do we need? Like, not what do we need? What are you thinking? You asked a question for a reason.
Well, yeah, I was wondering like what kind of people were working there at what point. Like,
okay. Yeah, it could be anybody.
Exactly.
Okay, pick a number between 1 and 10.
3.
Okay, 0 was marsh folk, so she's a lizard person of some sort. So I think we said that the marsh people didn't they have like some strange naming convention? Yeah. They have like a what was it?
Somewhere in here.
Action creature. So
Sitting Goose.
Mrs. Sitting Goose.
All right.
Mrs. Goose would be like first name Sitting. Her name would be Mrs. Goose.
Mrs. Goose.
Sitting Goose. Okay, so Mrs. Sitting Goose is probably one of these. I don't know what kind of.
You generally put the nicer looking people up front.
Oh yeah, fashionable. She's a very fashionable lizardland lady.
It's the face of your company, right?
Soft-faced. Folk. Maybe even like that girl, almost like the newt from Overlord or whatever.
Oh, the albino?
The albino, like that kind of a newty kind of person. Yeah, soft-faced lizard folk. Borderline, like almost cute, I guess. Cute. Nicely decorated. Always preening. Very talkative. Loosely good at her job. The secretarial aspect. What else can we think? Like, this is... With a name like Miss Goose.
Motherly?
Motherly? Oh, okay, sure, yeah. Motherly, I'm gonna put in a colon, like, very quick to start clucking life advice. So this means that she's like an older, soft-faced lizard with cute, nicely decorated, but with aged features.
She's an older.
To the discerning eye, aka marshfolk, etc. So people who would like actually know anything about marshfolk, you'd be like, this is an older person. You know, she's just a little bit older.
Yeah.
She might not lay as many eggs, etc., etc. Mrs. Goose.
All right.
I think we've established Mrs. Goose.
It's pretty well established.
We can put her in a bold. Put the entrance in bold as well. Mrs. Goose can be in a bold italic, I suppose.
Oh. Bold and italics.
Well, that usually sort of makes it a little bit less imposing than a full-on bold. So I guess another note would be how many guards. The entrance in trance is occupied.
I wouldn't say too many.
Yeah, it was like 2 to 3 guards at any given time. Let's say maybe except lunch, when there is only 1, or 0 to 1, depending on how much they think that there's a problem.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right.
And I'm gonna say that they are lightly equipped because they're just light. They're just guards.
Yeah. Who's gonna come mess up the factory? I mean, come on. We make brain juice.
Yeah. The entrance has 2 alarm bells on each side. Alarm bell, I guess, switches.
Okay.
1 at the back, and 1 beside the
Secretary? The secretary
I guess
probably have one.
that would be at the back, right? So why don't we do 1 beside the brewery door?
Well, this is
Because
at
it's the closest to the
entrance,
stairs. Yeah, but like the... Oh, sorry. Yeah, so the back and maybe 1 to the side.
Yeah. I would think that Mr.
Actually, 1 beside the front door.
Okay.
God, I suck at spelling entrance. Okay. So that's 2 points. Well, Mrs. Goose is 1 point, and then there's 2 other points. Is there anything else you want to say about the entrance? Oh, furniture.
It's probably, yes, like a couch or something.
Stone desk. Some artwork on the walls. And some creeping vines in the corners. How's that look?
Okay, that paints a pretty good picture.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So let's move on to the shop floor. What are we doing for time? How are we going here? Not that I really care, but oh yeah.
42 minutes.
Wow. Let's hope we can get through this. So the shop floor, we'll probably actually hammer through these pretty quickly because it's not as much. This floor is not going to be the main hub of the factory keeps departments. So
probably got a lot of pipes and.
So this one won't have any particular NPCs or whatever, but it might have 1 guard. 1 guard, various workers. Moving cargo. Moving product from place to place.
Right, this is high fantasy. I keep thinking it's like Rotting Realms.
Oh, you mean like the modern?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Rotting Realms is my campaign setting that we've been playing since we've been in grade school. So it's kind of gone all over the place. It used to be a fantasy setting, but now we've moved it to like a modern setting. And I think we're sort of sending it post-apocalyptic eventually.
We'll get there.
Yeah. Just for people who are interested, I guess. The premise is sort of that the land is, was physically rotting because the god of plagues was sort of in a war with whatever other god it was fighting. Nobody was really sure what other god it was. So all the religions kind of believed it was their god that's fighting against the god of the plagues. And yeah, it's kind of an interesting setting.
Mm-hmm.
People seem to like it when they play it. Anyway, so there's guard, various workers, lots of boxes.
Yep.
So crates, stacked crates. Many of which have potions in them. Probably there's a box with like some defects. A section, one corner. Unmarked. Defect. Potions.
Have a sip, see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else you can say? Oh, this is a large room, like a big room. A big room. Probably like it's like 5 to 6 turns. Big?
Yeah.
Large? You know, long and high.
There's probably going to be a lot of through traffic, so it's got to be a big room.
So that would probably be something along the lines of, what did we say? What's a turn? 100 feet? So 500 to 600 feet? How big is that? A lot?
Square?
Yeah. Like,
It's about the size of... maybe to the kitchen wall, like just before the door.
600 feet?
Yeah. Square?
No,
Like-
like 600 feet, 600
that
feet.
way?
Yeah.
Yeah, 600 foot square.
No, straight line, 600 feet.
Yeah.
From here
but
to the
if you
kitchen
do
wall?
600 feet to 600 feet is 600 feet square.
No, one straight line of 600 feet. How far is that?
That's probably hitting the far side of your neighbor's house.
Okay. That's not bad. Okay, let's see here.
Maybe even their far lot.
Let's Google search it. 600 feet. 182 meters. So, that's far. That's big. How huge is 600 feet? 2 NC wind projects are proposing those are 600 feet tall. That would make the turbines the largest in the United States. For comparison, this tall structure in Raleigh is about 550 feet. Okay, that's enormous. So probably 2 to 3 turns long and high, which would be something like 300 feet, maybe. Like this is a big box. So maybe 2 by 3, whatever. Let's go. You know what? 2 wide, or 2 long, 2 wide, and 3 wide.
Yeah, I sorely undercalculated that.
Yeah, and so turns is just the cast way of doing measurements, and all cast does is it's
like 100.
how long will it take me to get there? Oh, it'll take you about 2 turns. If you're running at top speed, you'll get there. So if you got to go from one side of the room to the other one, it's going to take you 2 turns running at, I guess the 60. It's supposed to be roughly 100 feet. But I guess if you're doing in D&D, it would be like 60 feet. So this would be like 120 feet long by 180 feet wide. Anyway, it's a factory floor. It's a big room.
Yeah.
So doesn't really matter. Cast tries to make things really simple. Okay, but that's pretty good for the shop floor. Like it's nothing really big. If by this point in time, where are there alarms? Guard and various workers alarms. 1 alarm near the guard.
Sure.
That
Wherever
might be
you
a-
want to put him.
Yeah, near the guard.
Probably walks around.
Yeah. The guard's resting area. Like wherever he likes to sit or like lean up against the wall, he stays near the thing. So if people are trying to be stealth and try to take down all the guards or whatever so that they can't do alarms or bust the alarms or whatever, that's where the alarms are.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay, so
The greenery.
yeah, the greenery. Let's bold that. Cool. We'll start the italics. So this floor, this would be where a large grow up of various herbs and
Don't mind me.
oh, I see. A large grow up of various herbs and agricultural products. I agree. That are used for brewing
The potion.
the potions. Actually, that would probably be a note in the major thing here.
Hmm?
We could probably say that there is a large grass field.
Yeah.
That's the lich. Do we have any notes about the dungeon itself?
I don't think so. We got the notion on the marsh people, but that's about it.
Okay, so we'll just put general notes. Change this to 12.
I can see the grass.
So,
area.
sorry. Go ahead.
The grass area is probably for the animals, but they can have like an exterior building for the greenhouse.
No, yeah, like outside there's a outside the dungeon is quite a large acreage. Acre.
Yep. Hey.
Devoted to growing hay and grass. Is that how you spell hay? Or is it H-E-Y?
I think it's E. No. I don't know.
Whatever. Hay and grasses. For the animals inside.
There we go.
Or hay, oats, and grasses. And there are various farmers. Loosely work the fields.
Sounds good.
Like, this is an entire economy. How ridiculous is this? But then again, that's what all these dungeons would be, wouldn't they? Okay. So, yeah, they grow various herbs and agri products they use for brewing the potions. So, note number 1. So, this would be...
It'd be a lot of...
very large room with... ceiling access, like ceiling windows.
Yeah, skylight ceilings.
Yeah, with skylights. Maybe even just open air.
Yeah, you can probably open them.
Window, open air skylights. I'll call them. Skylights that can be closed off to the rain.
Mm-hmm.
So you can just, like, you can have like somebody with a big pole or something.
Yeah.
With a big pole. Meaning that there's probably a big pokel. Jesus, Brian. Ridiculous. Come on. That's like losing a life in Let's Play text editor. Come on. All these spelling mistakes is brutal. Get good, scrub.
We'll get good eventually.
So this room probably has, like... I wouldn't even say that there's any guards here.
Yeah, no.
0 guards. Many workers. Huge room. Like something. It would probably be like 10. 10 turns long.
That's
4 turns wide.
room.
Yeah, it's a farm. It's like a giant indoor farm. Yeah, it's massive. It would have to be. It's like rotating crops so that they can constantly have things growing every day. Like
yeah, okay,
it'd be enormous. Well,
that makes sense.
I think my music just died. Let's just continue watching. Thanks.
We're still here.
We are still here. Yeah, 4 turns wide.
Okay.
Yeah, many workers, huge room. Various alarms along the walls. And they could sort of figure out where. It's not really that important because these workers are kind of minding their own business. You'd have to be pretty vicious. So we didn't really go into what, but there would be a lot of rare herbs. Rare herbs. And some common ones, obviously. Things like, you know, sage. Sage, lemongrass. Myrrh. I don't know, just stuff.
Yeah.
ETC.
Very
So if people were like really herbalist inclined, they could probably find some like some cool treasures here in the form of like rare ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even some magic ones.
Ooh, magic ones.
Yeah, you'd have to find out which ones are which.
Yeah.
The herbalist would have to know. Other than that, yeah, it's huge. I can't think of anything else we need to put in the greenery. It's just a big room. What else? Is there anything that comes off the greenery?
Not really.
Shoot. Yeah, go straight to the greenery. So yeah, so from the shop floor, it would like lead into this huge long room just filled with people, like, well, not filled, but like with lots of people doing various farming tasks, right?
Yep.
And equally on that side, like the farm itself would be the same. So I'm not even going to just copy paste. But I'm thinking the animal farm is going to have a lot of guards.
Keep the animals in line?
Yeah.
Okay.
So some of these, so this is going to be another open room, air skylights closed off to the rain. But we'll say that these are closed off to the rain, but they can be opened up.
Yeah. Let the air out.
Many guards. 10 plus guards. And these would be like animal handlers. Many workers, huge rooms, various alarms along the walls. A lot of rare. Okay, so this place would contain a lot of dangerous animals.
Yeah.
Because like would contain various animals. Many of which are dangerous. Things like, and people can say what is in cages at the time and what isn't, depending on what they want to play with. Brain moles, intellect devourers. So these are like psychic things. So they probably have some sort of restrainers on, like psychic restrainers.
Mm-hmm. If you wanted to cause a commotion, this might be a good place to do it.
Yeah.
Distract guards.
Like devourers, like dragon, like not dragons, but like like wyverns and shit.
I think it's YV.
WY.
Yeah, WYV.
Yeah, that looks right. Wyverns, and probably some sort of like fungaloid.
Okay.
So like a myconid.
I don't know what that is. But
it's like mushroom folk.
oh, mushroom people.
Yeah.
Fun.
And they would probably be intelligent, but you know what? They're who knows.
Who cares? This is.
Or maybe they'd be the like
the
explosive mushrooms and stuff like that, like the ones that are, or molds, fungaloids and molds. So, yeah, they would have various things depending on what the GM wants to use. But this is like the rare beast area, and some of them they're all in cages and they're all properly contained, but they have to take them out or do other things to deal with them, right?
Yeah.
So this room would also have a lot, like, people here would have equipment to deal with day-to-day dealing of these animals.
Mm-hmm. So probably like prods and various
day-to-day handling of these creatures. So, like, you need, like, a wyvern egg yolk or something for the intelligence potion, and, like, you need brain juice from the intellect devourers, and frickin' brain mold poop. You know, who knows what's in these things, right? And...
You name it.
Yeah. But this is where things would go nuts.
Yeah.
Where you can do... This is one of the approaches you could probably take. So... And I guess I need to italicize this.
What are you thinking?
Caged beasts line the walls and sectors of this massive
Room.
facility. Yeah, room. I'll call it facility. I like the word.
Okay.
Workers and guards. Move diligently to keep and maintain the animals in a productive
Yeah, that's one word
state.
for it.
This is no nice guy place necessarily. This isn't
This
necessarily.
ain't your free-range chicken farm.
Probably not necessarily. No. Shipping and receiving. Crates and boxes marked in special areas are marked all over this room. Potions that have been created and ready to be shipped to clients. So actually, that's another thing to put forward. Like when we're talking about potions, like this, how many potions are we talking in a box? So that's another note for the general section. You know.
Okay. Well, how big is a general vial? Like,
Probably a full potion bottle, like almost like probably like 500 milliliters, like half a liter.
Okay.
It's generally a half liter. LEA? There we are. Liter? L-E-A-T-R-E?
I think it's R-E. E-R-E at the end.
That's so bad.
I'd...
I'll just put the capital L. A half liter.
Good enough.
The final product, a half liter bottle. Custom packaged into a box.
It's probably aren't very large boxes.
Yeah.
Probably maybe
Massive
6.
crates contain, at most, 5 to 10 bottles, and then crammed with packing material. Straw.
Yeah. You don't want to
So
break it.
a lot of these things, just like these massive crates that you're gonna find, is gonna be mostly straw, like in packing these little boxes, which have like packing material in it, like probably cottons or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because this is magic potions that are pretty expensive to make, and then the shipping is. So when we say there's lots of massive crates everywhere, at best when you open them all up and filter through all the packing material, you could probably get like 5. And these intelligence potions are probably fairly valuable.
Makes sense.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Crates and boxes and special potions that have been created and ready to ship to clients. Great. And yeah, so let's notes about shipping and receiving. Probably very few people here. Probably 5 guards. Actually, shipping and receiving probably has the guards' headquarters in it.
I'd say that's upstairs.
Well, we were saying that, weren't we? But
Yeah.
But think about it this way: shipping and receiving is the most valuable place in the factory. So where would you want all the guards to be?
Well, you'd have quite a few in there, but I wouldn't say it's their like break room.
Well, not the break room, but like Okay. Yeah, whatever. Sure, yeah. Alright, 5 guards here at all times to prevent theft.
Yeah. It's probably got a lot of big entrances.
An alarm on each wall. And a massive... 2 to 3, or 0 to 3 carts, I guess.
Yeah.
Are generally stationed in the room. Some of which have crates, some of which have boxes in them.
What else?
I don't know. So when we say guards, there's probably a generic sort of guard that you can write up.
Mm-hmm.
And then mix and match or add a couple things, like add some personality to individual ones as you see fit, depending on how intense you want to make this. This is a 2. But it's a 2 because mostly if you're just saying, oh, I want a tour, you can probably take a look at everything and see what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, things get really ridiculous when you get into the marketing department and you're like, you're not supposed to be here.
This is the private area.
Yeah,
You're not allowed to come in
here.
here.
Yeah. I don't think we need to say too much else about the shipping and receiving department. Like, it's shipping and receiving.
Yeah.
It's not exciting. And there's no fancy stuff going on here. The portal room, on the other hand, is where things I think will start getting more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
A small door-like portal. I didn't put small, but a door-like portal crowns this room. As a containment area. Seals it off from the rest of the facility. And the plane. So it's got like a... So the idea would be...
It's got an airlock.
Yeah, there's a door.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is probably like a 1 turn wide, half turn long, or something like that. Like a long, half turn wide. With various doors. Clear. Probably like enchanted glass.
Okay. Keep it contained.
Probably. Like, why would we spare much expense on this, right? Enchanted glass doors. To keep this room contained.
There's probably a guard or 2 in here.
Oh, absolutely. So we'll say various. We'll go with probably 2. 2 or 3. Let's go 3. So like 1, 2. Yeah. So like airlock, like enter room, door, you know, airlock, security, exit.
Yeah.
So I'll just put this in a bracket here. So portal, decontaminate. Well, not decontaminate. So portal, airlock, guards, and then out. Door. I think that's probably an easy way to put it.
Okay.
It's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3. So, roughly 2 guards with the guard room alarm. And so other guards can come if there's really a problem, and they have to get through these 3 pints of glass. So there's a little bit of time. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense to me.
Okay, that's pretty good. And yeah. And there's probably a cart.
Yeah, for moving.
A cart path. A cart. And a cart path for moving product into from the portal to the brewery.
Sounds good.
A small cart, because this is like a man-sized door. And then we got other, various other stuff here. Yeah.
Alright.
So the low mine, the refinery. Let's put a person in the refinery. Let's make an NPC.
Okay. There's
So probably
the
like
foreman.
Well, yeah, the foreman or the head engineer.
That works too.
Alchemist. We're a fantasy setting, remember?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, they had engineers in fantasy settings.
Yeah, but they generally dealt with building things, not refining materials like an alchemist would. They're not chemists.
Fair enough.
There's
fair
no
enough.
chemical engineers. They're called alchemists.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Let's make this guy 0 to 10.
9.
Okay, so he's a marsh folk. These people earn their names, right?
Yeah.
We'll call this guy Sulphurous. What kind of animal?
Sulfur.
The animal can be unrelated to sulfur. Don't worry about it. Just
Okay.
pick an animal. Doesn't matter. First one that comes to your head.
Frog?
Sulphurous frog.
Maybe he's a big guy.
Is he big?
Well, frogs are kind of big. We're town. Well, big. You
A
know.
large, hulking lizard man. With a soft voice. Not like a wimpy voice, but a soft voice. A whispery voice.
Yeah.
He likes to whisper. A generally soft voice.
Maybe he's breathed too much sulfur.
Dressed in the guise of a priest.
Priest? Why
Yeah.
a priest?
So, this is my thinking.
Okay.
And you can kibosh it if you'd like. If you go in here, this is where you get... he's sort of your foreshadowing to later floors. So the Cult of the Ravenous Serpent. So he is obviously a person of importance because he mixes these potions. So he is probably like a priest of the Cult of the Ravenous Serpent.
Okay. Yeah, no, I like that. Bit of foreshadowing's good.
Yeah.
What else does he have? Does he do magic?
That's a good question. So let's make 3 points about him. About Sulphurous Frog here. Does he do magic? Good question. What do you think?
I'd say he does a little bit at least. Maybe... He's an alchemist.
So...
Maybe like,
we'll call him a shamanic magician. Master alchemist.
yeah. That's what I was thinking.
I spelled alchemist totally wrong. And then we'll put due to his location, he is always prepared for a fight. So where is this location though? So that's a good point. So let's go. So where does this go? Let's go to a mineral, a quasi-elemental plane of like minerals. So I guess that would be
elemental plane of Earth.
Yeah. Leads to quasi-elemental plane of minerals. Here there are various earth elementals and earthkin causing mischief and damage to the facility at various times.
Alright.
And this would be where a lot of this like heavy security comes in, where it's like people are just make sure that this place stays intact.
Yeah, another heavy security area. Alright, so he's always prepared for a fight. Would he be annoyed if people showed up?
I don't know. Let's find out. Generally with acid. And alchemist's fire.
Okay.
What kind of a... Probably he's like assuming you're not intruding. Assuming you're not a known intruder. I would probably say he's friendly, right? This is... Like a frog is generally not like a...
True. Alright.
He's friendly, but quizzical. And just for fun, let's look up the word quizzical. And just to see exactly what that means.
Quizzical.
A person's expression or behavior indicating mild or amused puzzlement.
Yeah, okay.
Or rarely causing mild amusement because of its oddness or strangeness. So this character is quizzical. He'll be like, wow, what an odd guy.
And smart magic people might like him.
Let's say he will always assume presume that you are here to work for him. And will generally make small demands of you. As if you are his assistants, personal assistants. And this would lead us into the problems. So, note. When the PCs enter the portal, they will be confronted with a situation of elementals disrupting, lead attacking the facility. And so what we can discern from here is if a sulfurous frog meets you, he'll just be like, "Ah, we need people over there. Head over there." Like if you look like you're fighty types, if not, he'll be like, "Oh, come help me do that." Like he's just gonna immediately grab you and start getting you to work towards that end. Yeah. And if you follow along, great. If not, whatever. And if you're a known intruder, then the GM can sort of, yeah, you might have to fight Sulfurous Frog in like a guard or two, because the other ones will
be dealing with the elementals.
Yeah, so this area, like the refinery, has, we're gonna say something like 10 permanent guards. Heavy. And we're gonna call these heavy guards, like they have full armor, they may even have magic gear, because they have to deal with elementals consistently. Like these guys are not jokes.
Yeah.
Right? 10 permanent heavy guards.
Elementals can be rough.
That deal. So I'm gonna, yeah, magical equipment, you know, full armor. That deal with
disruptions.
Yeah, disruptions on the refinery and the deep mine levels. So, like, there's not always going to be 10 guards just standing there. There will be, you know, maybe probably 2 to 3, or depending on what's going on. So, in this case, a good deal of them will probably not be in the deep mine. You know, there'll be 1 or 2 always standing around the workers. So that's another thing. The portal is temporary guards. There are even more alchemists and other laborers in the refinery.
Okay.
And these people just probably, like, they don't live there or anything. They probably just go through, like, 9 to 5s.
Yeah. Do their job, then go home.
Yeah, and there's probably always the 10 guards rotating. But honestly, these potions are pretty ridiculous, I'm sure. So, like, all of this is paid for by, like, the potions and things like that. Like, they make a lot of money, probably. This is like a corporation. It's kind of funny. Okay, so let's talk about the deep mine.
Probably got.
So, a dark and dug out section littered with piles of materials. Discarded.
Equipment? Or...
No, the sulfurous material is discarded due to unnecessary, like, due to their uselessness. Actually, that's, well, sulfurous material, probably not even discarded, because they would take stuff like that and they'd probably try to sell it.
Yeah. Stuff they're not using would probably be sold.
Sulfurous materials to be used, to be excavated, like, to be picked up later.
Yeah.
Later. For sale or use. Potions. Laborers. Work the various parts of this mine. Always afraid of the next elemental attack.
Because earth elementals can move through earth, right?
That's right. So they can just pop out of the mine.
They just pop up out of
and they just start causing trouble. Like, yeah.
That's pretty rough.
I would say so. So, yeah, there are countless workers doing whatever.
Probably mining.
Guards from the refinery. Patrolling. This place is long and dark and easy to get lost in. Most workers have dark vision. Are dark vision races.
Okay.
Or dark vision / low light vision. Doing whatever. Guards from the refinery patrolling. This place is long. Labyrinthine. And dark and easy to get lost. This is probably where he's confronted by a situation relative to disrupting the facility.
Probably where the disruptions coming
Yeah, from the deep mine. From the deep mine. Okay, and so yeah, deep in the mine. There are a small cluster, I'll call it, of earth elementals coming up the shafts. And then the GM can sort of figure out what kind or how many.
Yeah. Alright.
And if the PCs rush in, they may get lost trying to escape. And they might need some direction sense or survival.
Alright, sounds good.
Yeah, and getting to them would probably be easy. Say, by following the running workers. They may get less trying to leave. So they might have to survive a day or two, and they'll have all sorts of problems, and who knows what.
Yeah.
Right, and they might have these, like, even if they're doing the shung thing, where they're just coming in and just killing everything, who knows? Maybe they're relatively good people. They're like, well, we're not just trying to kill the workers, and these workers are going to have trouble, and now they're going to have, like, a portal to this Earth Elemental plane. Maybe we got to deal with that. Anyway, so I think that's the deep mine. That'll put some interest into the session.
And who knows what you can find down there?
Well, yeah, there might be all sorts of cool stuff. Like, this is... You're going to find all sorts of weird... Yeah, that might be worth mentioning. The mine will have all manner of precious minerals and a good chance to find rare stones, or rare uncut stones for those with an eye to find them.
There you go.
And honestly, if the GM really wants to pull it, like, almost every one of, like, not every one of these rooms, but, like, a good deal of these rooms, you could probably come up with some pretty quick, stuff happening in each of them that the PCs, like, if you really want to eat up their time, you could find something that's going on in every room. Mm-hmm. You don't have to, obviously, but you could. Like, there could be little side quests. If that's the kind of game your PCs like to play, is like side quests and learning and stuff like that, or if they want to just... interact with the various people, you can just make up some NPCs on the fly, write them in, and just have them do stuff. Like, I don't know, there's all sorts of things. If people want to learn how to make the potions because they've befriended everyone because they're social, who knows? So the brewery. A large alchemical lab takes the various materials and brews them in dozens of large cast cold iron cauldrons.
Cold iron. Alright.
Why?
Well, cold iron. It's kind of. Isn't it, like, right expensive?
Sure.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know. Like. Makes sense. It's just expensive.
But that's fine. This place is expensive.
True.
So, yeah. Okay, so we got that, and then we can go ahead and...
There's probably a few guards here.
Yeah, this would probably be like a 1 to 2 guard room.
Yeah.
It's probably just 1 guard. Honestly, no one's gonna steal this stuff. These people are like lab guys, and there's like, where is this in the facility, right? No, the brewery, like the shop floor has guards. The brewery, there's probably 1 guard by the stairs. Honestly. Making sure people don't go through.
Yeah, making sure they do what they're supposed to.
Man, I suck at spelling entrance. Trance. 1 guard the entrance, make sure. 1 guard and 1 alarm by the entrance to the stairs. A locked door. Middling DC. I think that's... Make sure people don't walk in when they're not supposed to.
Okay. Probably
What else can we say about the brewery? Ah, it stinks. Ah, it smells of chemical process. Of alchemical process. And most workers wear masks. There are, because of that, there would have to be some sort of sky windows.
For vents.
Yeah, open air windows. Sky windows that are closed off to the rain. So it'd be like tent. Probably like canvas tops so the rain just pours by.
Yeah.
So honestly, the entrance to this dungeon would be very interesting. It'd almost be like a large like facility, but it'd have all of these like canvas tops and lots of rain. Like it might even have a moat.
A moat?
Like a small like area for all the water to land. Because it's so big, right? And the water's got to go somewhere, so it just won't all go onto the side.
Okay.
A small ditch, not a moat so much as a ditch.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Let's put that in the general notes. So, facility looks like a large barracks, I guess, size building, like a large single-story warehouse.
Yeah, warehouse probably sounds better.
With canvas or leather, I guess. Arches lining the top. Each the roof is angled such that rainwater falls to the massive ditch moat. Because it's not like a big moat, but it's probably fairly deep.
Yeah.
That surrounds most of the facility. Just a place for water to go. And maybe that water actually trickles down into the lower levels. Who knows?
Alright, sounds good.
Wow. Let's just save that.
Don't want text editor to crash.
We don't want text editor to crash. How's that looking on our OBS? Looking great. Okay. One guard, one alarm. Smells of alchemical process. Wear masks. Mare. Where? Door open. Just covers the rain. What else can be said here? Maybe there should be... Well, we already got an alchemist NPC. Let's have a guard. Let's make a guard NPC. Like, that guard at the windows is like a dude. An actual guy.
Yeah.
Let's make him like the head guard. The boss. Boss guard. Let's give him a name. Okay, 1 to 10.
1.
Ah, he's also a martial wizard lizardman.
Jeez.
Okay, so let's give this guy another name.
Hulking. He's got to be a big guy, right?
Yeah.
So something means large.
Let's use Umber Hulk. You can use fantasy creatures. Why not? Right?
Yeah. Okay.
So that's the we'll make hulking the animal, and let's make him devastating.
Devastating.
Devastating Umber Hulk. The boss guard. So do we want to be ironic or do we want to be like literal? Either way, he's going to be a death machine.
Yeah. Let's go ironic.
Ironic. Okay. So
he's gonna be more like a monk than a barbarian?
maybe. Okay. Let me think here. A name like Devastating Umber Hulk. Well, what do Umber Hulks have? They have like a confusion gaze, right?
I guess so. I don't really know.
They do. So let's play with that. The irony here is like a guy with the name like Devastating Umber Hulk you'd think would be a massive like shit show. Like just a big guy that like digs through people. Mm-hmm. But maybe he's given that name A because yeah, he's a pretty potent soldier, but B it might be because his movements are hypnotic or something. I don't know.
Okay. That still sounds like a monk style fighter.
Okay, yeah.
So he's a master martial artist.
Known for his hypnotic movements and
fast strikes.
stunning strikes. How about that? That seems good.
Mm-hmm.
Dot movement, his weaving. Enemies.
Okay. He's gonna be a smaller guy.
Yeah. So like he would just be like, and you're down, and you're down, and you're down, and you're down. Like you're crippled, you're crippled, you're crippled, and you're the wizard dead.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how we'll rate that guy up because we're not going to. Because if we wrote up every character, but this is we'll rate the basics, and people can sort of figure out how they want to rate these guys up when they use them, in whatever system they use them in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, let's put some notes on Devastating Umberhulk here.
Yeah. Let's see.
By the book. And unflinching.
There goes another life.
Yep. By the book and unflinching. Devastating Umberhulk. Devastating Umberhulk. Always asks for your key and will unlock the door personally. Keys have specific looks.
Well, he probably has his own key. He probably asks for identification. But he probably has like a whole set of keys on him.
Okay, yeah.
But it might be like little ID cards that are like
I don't know.
pinned onto your whatever.
Well, how would you get in here? This is actually a pretty big question now. Like, how do we actually get into... How do you get onto the upstairs? What are you supposed to be doing? Does he know everybody personally? Do you have a list? Like, ID card seems pretty lame. This is a fantasy setting after all.
Well, yeah, but this is a factory.
I guess, yeah.
So there's probably some sort
Password! It's a password.
Okay, sure.
It's for password. And we'll unlock the door personally. He doesn't want your key, he wants your password. Always asks for your password, key, and will unlock the door personally when it's given. So, people who have the password key would be Sulphurous Frog. Has the password key to the lower level. People know this. Most of the people here do not have the password key to the lower level, unless they are part of the marketing department, which we would cover next thing. And they would be sometimes coming in and out.
Mm-hmm.
So you could probably get it from them, but for now, we're not going to deal with them. Or if you run this, for whatever reason you're running this as we build it, which I think would be kind of madness.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just sometimes there's going to be people walking in and out. And they will have the passcode. So you could always get it from them. But the sort of like Skyrim style way of doing it would be to go to Sulphurous Frog and figure it out. Get it from him. Either by earning his trust, getting it out of him somehow, or whatever.
You can figure it out.
Yeah, you guys can figure it out. Hand wave. By the look of unflinching, devastating for the pass key, will unlock the door personally. When guard would alarm. The interesting, and that's unflinching under. That's devastating Umberhulk. Always ask for your pass key, and will unlock the one given.
Those.
Fights.
Crippling.
Any
Intruder.
Yeah, intruders and killing any soft targets. such as priests and wizards. Diplomats.
Diplomats.
Social characters.
Oh.
No one's gonna convince him to let you in. Fights by crippling any intruders and killing any soft targets first. Any in-the-way intruders. So if someone's in the way, so I guess the idea would be like the fighter, he's going to like throw an attack that like cripples him in some way so that he can pass him easily, and then he will always try to make his way to the soft targets first.
Okay.
And then he will fight to kill those guys. And if someone's getting in his way, he will try to cripple them so he can move back to the soft targets. Because once you deal with all the wizards and the priests and all those other guys, things start to work out for him.
Yeah, it gets a bit easier. Magic's
So
always a fun
he fights that kind of way. Probably will not retreat. This guy fights to the death. If you're going to fight him, he's going to fight you to the death.
Okay.
I think that's probably good. He doesn't really have much of a personality.
He's a guard.
Very stoic.
Stoic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like he's like, like just grunts. It's little, but when he does, he's quippy.
Quippy?
Yeah.
Quippy.
Like he'll make a joke at your expense or something like that. Like he'll just say something that is. Yeah, we'll say quippy's fine. And then otherwise, the one guard and the alarm, that seems good.
Alright.
I think we're good. And number 10 is the packaging plant.
So this is where they box.
Yeah, where they're boxing.
For
So,
shipping.
yeah. This room contains piles of hay and other cottons. Rules for packing materials. Here. Assemble the boxes. Potion. To be ready for shipping. Did we say that there's like lots of workers in the
brewery or where?
in the packing area? Shipping and receiving. Prevent very few people here. Yeah, shipping or so this would be another one where there's very few people because it's like you're only boxing when the potions are done. And so like when there's a thing done. So generally few people here. Few guards. Unless a shipment is being packed. In which case it's the opposite.
Yeah.
Lots of guards, lots of people here. It's like it's full of people, but usually it's empty. It's just this stuff is just sitting there waiting for stuff to happen.
Okay.
Like so this would honestly be a really good hidey hole room. So just to put in a note, this would be a good hiding room for PCs on the run.
There's probably boxes everywhere.
Yeah, boxes everywhere. Open crates. You know, easy hiding spots. Like you can make like little box bases. Like it's a big room. Low, poor lighting. Like this is just like a perfect place.
Yeah.
I don't even think we need to put a third thing. It's just
It's a
packing
packaging area.
Yeah. And the stairs are a
lead to floor 2. Basically.
yeah, a stone staircase. A well-lit stone staircase. Stone staircase with carpeted floor and art adorning the walls. Indicative of the new environment, the new marketing.
It's got little cat hanging pictures.
That the PCs will be walking to next.
Okay. That looks pretty good.
We'll save that up. So what we got going on here? So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. So we'll just go over this quickly. So we're doing first floor, the distillery. So we added a whole bunch of stuff to the general notes about how the dungeon kind of looks. People would be coming in and out all the time, and we've got the PCs would more or less be entering. They would come in through the entrance, head to the shop floor, then they can sort of explore the facility. So the greenery and the farm and the portal room are kind of all over the place. Mm-hmm. Actually, there might even be a pathway between the farm and the greenery.
Yeah, I can see that.
Just because you want to move animal product. So, the entrance, shop floor, then they can explore the greenery and the farm, the animal farm. Kind of go around there if they want to see what's going on there. You know, they would travel to the brewery where they would encounter a devastating Umber Hulk, and he'd be like, password, and you're like, I don't have a password. And you're not going to sneak by him because there's a locked door there, and he stands beside the locked door. So this is your sort of challenge. You could either try to fight him, but he's pretty tough, and then there's an alarm right there, so probably step one for him would be slam the alarm and then start killing you. And then now it's a timed encounter with a fairly robust monk, which could be brutal. And then, yeah, then you got various guys coming in from all sorts of areas around the place will come after you, so just going head on into the brewery might be a bad idea. But the PCs may want to go to the portal room, head to the refinery in the deep mine, either earn the trust of these people or ingratiate themselves into the shop somehow. Maybe even through the secretary, find a way that she can give. She might have the marketing department's passcode.
Yeah, maybe.
That might be something for the PC. Like the GM will figure. Like he has to feel it out a little bit, right? Well, try to keep it as like she might not have it, but you know, if she does, like maybe someone wants to seduce her or something. I don't know, but whatever. You know, like the Skyromancer is go to the portal room. You know, do a solid for the frog. Maybe he'll help you go into the next floor. I don't know why, but who knows? You can figure something out, or maybe you can hypnotize him or get him drunk or who knows what, right? Just torture him. It doesn't matter. Yeah. You'll find a way. Or you could just beat the monk. Otherwise, it's just an area. Like, it's just an area to explore. Like, this is supposed to be a 2 on the sort of power area. So you should generally just be able to find some sort of non-violent way
to walk through.
To get the password and go through. And just... It's pretty easy to do. Hell, even just a guy hiding in the brewery and listening in to somebody being like, passcode is whatever, you know? And it's like, oh, that's the password. So they come in and they give him the password, and he'll be like, oh, okay, I guess I'm opening the door for you.
Yeah.
Because you're obviously allowed in.
You know the code, so...
Yeah. And that's pretty much it. Like, we've written a whole pile of junk about this, but at the end of the day, most of this will probably be passed over. But it's stuff, it's references that the GM can use if things go tits up. Yeah. Or if the players need to run and hide places. Like, it's going to be a lot of filler. And it also gives you a pretty good indication of how the business works. Now, I think what we're going to get into with the marketing department is probably going to be one half, you know, advertising agency for this stuff, and the other half, you know, indoctrination into a cult.
Yeah.
Because as you travel further down, we're getting, like, the next floor 3 is the Cult of the Ravenous Serpent. So floor 2 is going to have to be like the Arcanum and Vaults. So this is going to be, oh, this was like a library and all this other stuff. So a lot of this is going to be basically where you start bringing the, there might even be like, getting the password might not actually be particularly difficult, because there might even be a whole bunch of like religious people who come in every Sunday or whatever who know the password and just walk in, and then they do services and things like that here.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So anyway, there's a reason why it's a 2, you know, and the next one's going to be a 6. So we're going to have to heat the floor up.
It's going to get warm.
Yeah, it's going to have to get warm because you're not supposed to be there, and they know it. And even if that's the case, like, even when you are supposed to be there, the temperature will be turned up, because if you're there when you're supposed to be there, it's probably going to be for like a religious mass and maybe some ceremonies and all sorts of weird stuff that they'll make you do.
Come join the cult, boys.
Yeah. And the marketing department's going to be the most dangerous, I think. This is gonna be the wheat from the chaff floor, because it's the social.
Yeah.
It's the social department.
This is gonna be social.
This is the department where all the guy smileys and the like, the people that convince your party members to change their allegiances. All right, this is the make or break floor. Everything else is just like swing and a miss or swing and a hit. Like after this, it's gonna be, you know, hack and slash. But floor 2 is gonna be that department where your PCs are going to be tested morally. And if you're playing in cast, which you probably aren't, but if you are, this is where the guys are going to be starting attacking everybody with social combat. And most players don't get social combat.
Oh.
Let's hope you all have really strong patrons to keep your back, to keep your allegiances afloat. Or else you're going to be joining cults and the rest of the floors are going to be irrelevant.
Yep.
So with that said, look at our sweet overlay. I think that was pretty hot. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to save it on Illustrator. Oh, yeah, okay. Let's save that. But what did you think of this floor? Do you think it was good? Do you think this episode was fun?
Yeah, I liked it. I think it was pretty good. I might say you might want to, when we're working on making the floor, like find a way to make it more visual on OBS, and then we can just turn it down when we're writing.
Well, that's what I did. We can make it. I can just increase the opacity of the other thing, so that when we're working on the floor, you end up with that. But I don't mind just bringing it down to like the last page and just having it be somewhat transparent. Like I don't think people watch the video for the visuals. Like
That's fair.
Like, I could be wrong, obviously. But
I don't know. Other than that, it's, yeah, I liked it. I think it was pretty good.
What was this, the Festering Dungeon Floor 1?
Yep. Floor 1. 1 down, 5 to go.
I think so. So those people who are watching this happen, always save it in press quality so that you can print it on t-shirts.
T-shirts?
Also, this is a vector formatted image, right? It's a PDF in vector. So I can make this as big or as small as I want. I can have this be 10 feet long and 10 feet wide and be of the same quality as if I made it really small. The quality of the printer is the only thing that matters now. So we could print the Elixir Distillery on t-shirts. Not that we ever would. But it could happen.
Collector's items.
Beautiful. Beautiful collector's
Collect all 6 floors.
Oh my god, buy the merch. Could you imagine? Oh yeah, I totally saved all of the dungeon levels on my t-shirts. I got one for each day.
Yep.
That'd actually be pretty fun, I think. It'd be kind of a wild concept, having like some weird, like, just like some words, entrance, shop floor, the greenery, the A farm, portal. Like, why would you even have that on a t-shirt? And it's just like level 1, the Elixir Distillery, like on the back of your t-shirt. People would be like asking you all sorts of weird questions. It's like, oh yeah, it's just from a show.
It'd be great. What are you talking about?
Well, maybe.
It'd be awesome.
Well, okay. Well, if that's the case, what do you guys think? We're 2 hours in. Now we're talking about merch sales. You know, would you buy a Fester Dungeon Level 1, the Elixir Distillery t-shirt with the stupid dungeon on the back? Let us know in the comments. If you have anything else you want to add to the dungeon, maybe in the marketing department, because that's the next episode, you can leave it in the comments. Like the video, because I guess that helps us watch the video all the way through. That could be good.
Yeah.
And as I always promise, one day I'm actually going to finish The Vagrant. I'm sort of like, I don't know, sort of half into it. Like, I like the game, but it's weird. It's like it's work.
Oh, you're losing steam?
It's not that I'm losing steam. It's just I just don't play it because you got to set up the whole microphone and all this other stuff, and then you got to talk while you're playing the game instead of just playing the game. So it becomes different. Yeah, maybe I'll just ignore that. Maybe I just won't, because the whole thing was it was just stuff to fall asleep to, right? And it's the kind of Let's Plays that I like watching. Like, I don't like really esoteric people. Like, I watch like Markiplier and things like that, but mostly it's just to fall asleep.
Just do it your way then.
I might, yeah. Like, I don't really care, but I don't know. It just feels like when there's a microphone there, you want to talk. Anyway, whatever. That's off topic. We're about 2 hours in. So, everybody, I hope you enjoyed it. You guys all take care. And don't die.